Don't you wish drinking water is naturally easy for us to do? I mean, I'm sure we've heard many times as a kid on how good it is to drink it. However, the most easiest thing to drink can be the most hardest thing for us to do. Why is that the case, and how could you drink more water? Well, after doing some experimenting of trying to drink water for some time now, I would like to explain 5 easy tricks that helped for me that you can try for yourself. Before I begin, pause this video right now and go grab yourself some water, a pen, and a paper, because it's going to be a waterful time for us today. Well, maybe, I don't know, I just try for the pun here. But seriously, pause here and go get yourself these 3 things. Alright, let's start by the most common question. Why do we need to drink more water? Well, besides the fact that it's good and healthy for you, there's actually some really good benefits that come out of it. You can help improve your body look, make your skin really glow, reduce headaches, increase your energy as you work, helps with weight loss of course, and so much more. For anyone who wonders how much water you should be drinking each day, take the amount of weight that you are and divide it by 2. That will be the amount of ounces of how much you should drink per day. For example, if you're someone who weighs 200 pounds, then you need to drink at least 100 ounces per day. In order to figure out the ounces, a glass typically holds 8 ounces, and a water bottle is normally around 16.9 ounces. So going back to my example of 200 pounds, that means you need to drink either 12.5 cups or about 6 bottles of water. Try to do the math for this yourself, and this should give you a better idea of how much water you should drink. Alright, now that we covered these important factors, how do you find more ways to drink more water without drowning yourself chugging a bunch of water? And no, don't worry, you don't have to do that. It's actually a lot simpler to add in your life than you think. And here's the first common tip that I use. Keep a water bottle near you, visible at all times. If you notice a second ago, If you notice a second ago, I underlined the word visible. I want to emphasize that because by having water in front of you in plain sight, you're going to remember a lot better and help build this habit a lot stronger for you. You don't want to have it hidden or not placed in the same room that you are in, because not only would it be easy to forget to hydrate yourself, but you'll forget that you're wanting to make this goal stick for you. Now, unless you're somebody who works in warehouses or outdoors, maybe this habit of drinking more water would come more naturally for you. But if you're the type of person who sits behind a desk all day and not have water nearby, it is possible that you're going to be in the zone for your work for hours on end and not realize that you're dehydrated until after the fact. So whenever you go into a room that you know that you'll be at for long periods of time, make sure that before you begin your task, you have water next to you. And when I say next to you, I don't mean behind your computer, on the ground, or anything like that. It'll defeat the whole purpose of having the water there and be very easy to forget. So make sure it's literally in front of you, visible, and that you can grab it in hand's reach. And most preferably, make sure water is the only thing that's on your desk, not a soda or other sugary drinks, because it could be more convenient to grab something else to drink besides water. And once you're done working, you need either drive home, go to another room, or things like that you make sure you bring more water to have with you as well. Number 2, track down measurements of the amount of time you want to drink per hour day. This can vary doing in different ways, like having a written paper journal to write down your water intake, your phone like an app that you can find in your app store, or creating a new note to use, or even a water bottle or a jug that has measurements down for you. This is my water buddy that I've had for a while, and I call him Juggy. Don't judge. This has the times for me for when I should be drinking water, and it also gives me a word of encouragement to keep going as well. I came across somebody using one of these on my college campus, and it actually got me inspired to buy one of these for myself. And boy, has this became a big game changer for me. I found this one, along with awesome ones as well, on Amazon, and if this is something you might be interested in, I highly recommend you buying one and giving it a try yourself. Number 3, create small milestones for yourself. I believe the power of starting small and slowly increasing on your goals. And this, of course, works the same way for drinking more water as well. You don't want to obviously overwhelm yourself at the end of the day and force yourself to catch up by drinking a lot of it before you go to bed. I don't recommend you doing this because this will cause you to lose sleep during the night by having to wake up constantly and doing your thing from making up your mistake of drinking water at the last minute. If you have to drink water late into the night, I suggest you don't drink any more an hour before you go to bed. But to go back to my point, make these small goals and milestones for yourself by having an amount or bottle drank by a certain time. For example, you can say something like, by the time it hits noon for me, I must drink 3 cups of water. Or, before I eat dinner, I must drink a whole bottle of water. You can break these down by meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or even break it down by hour. It may come across breaking it down by doing it per hour, but if you plan ahead of time of how much water you need or want to drink, and break it down throughout your day, this process would become less overwhelming for you. Number 4. Use the time you drink water easily to your advantage. This would include the times that you work out, if you're already doing that, at a physical kind of job, or things like that. If you're someone who stays inside and sits often, which you're not alone if so, since I do the same thing as well, what helps me is to set times through my phone, watch, or using a physical timer to remind yourself to stay hydrated. If you find yourself getting more thirsty after you eat, definitely try drinking more water while you can. Or if you find yourself thirsty and wanting to reach for a soda, reach for the water first and drink up to an amount so that you can use soda as a reward for drinking up to that particular goal that you set for yourself. The best time to drink water is right when you first wake up in the morning, because your body's already been asleep for 7 or more hours and hasn't been hydrated for a while. So if anything, keep a glass of water or a water bottle next to you before you go to bed, so that it's easier for you to grab it in hand's reach and hydrate yourself in the morning right away. And if you find yourself feeling burned out after drinking a bunch of water for a while, try changing it up by adding different flavors to add in your water. Last but not least, number 5. If you forget or miss the amount for the day, don't beat yourself up for it. It's not the end of the world if you happen to miss a day, especially when your day changed unexpectedly. If you see you missed or have a lot of water left over, take a moment that same day in the evening to self-reflect how that entire day went for you. Really sit still and ask yourself why you didn't drink water, or why you did but stopped. Try to see if there was a long period in your day that you went without drinking water, and see how you can make those small tweaks to improve the next day. To really make this stick for you, try to write this on a physical piece of paper and stick where you'll see it the most on how you would change and improve your water intake for the next day. The more you write something down by hand and have it in front of you to remember, the more likely it is that you'll make those real changes in your life. I hope all 5 or even just one of these tips will really help improve your water intake. If you find this video helpful, please be sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and check out another video from my channel somewhere on the screen here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Oh, and before I forget, go drink some water.